Good morning and welcome to Tandem Radio Live. This is your host, Glenn DeLakian, and I'd like to say hello to our listening audience, not only locally and up and down the East Coast here in New York, New Jersey area, but also nationally and internationally through the internet on tandemradio.com. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will take me into glory, says Psalm 73:24. Our show is all about business. It's called The Good News on Business, and our goal here is to help people who are involved in business, whether you're a business owner or you work for someone or any aspect of business in general. We help to guide you with information and general knowledge that comes straight from the Bible. We like to point you right back to the Holy Word and get your inspiration and guidance directly from the person who created it all, God Almighty. And again, I'm your host, Glenn DeLakian, here each week. We have our guest today with us, Larry Shapiro, an attorney from the firm of Ansell, Grimm, and Aaron. And we'll be talking to Larry in a few minutes. And our topic today is your business and the judicial system. We're going to get into some, I think, very interesting topics about the law and how it applies to business and how you as a business owner or a person who's involved in maybe ministry who has a business aspect of the ministry, you have to deal with how the court systems work a little bit and how attorneys can help us and work with us. We have scriptures each week we talk about because our goal here is, again, to point people right back to the Word. We believe all is fair in love and war is just not what Jesus Christ had in mind, and we believe the Christian walk especially is a 24/7 journey, and the old adage of all is fair in love and war just doesn't apply. So our goal is to help you think more along the lines of what would God have us do on a daily basis and involve the Scriptures in your daily business dealings. And when you make decisions, pray about them and use the wisdom that's clearly in the book to help you do business on a daily basis, and I can promise you it'll help enhance not only your life, but your business as well. And again, scriptures for today, we bracket our show each week with scriptures, and as we go through the show, you'll see how they tie right into what we're talking about. Exodus 18:21-22, but select capable men from all the people, men who fear God, trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain, and appoint them as officials over thousands, hundreds, fifties, and tens. Have them serve as judges for the people at all times. Of course, that's advice that Moses got from his father-in-law Jethro in Exodus 18:21-22. And in the New Testament, Matthew 5:25, settle matters quickly with your adversary who is taking you to court. Do it while you are still together on the way, or your adversary may hand you over to the judge, and the judge may hand you over to the officer, and you may be thrown into prison. So I think this is certainly godly advice and certainly great business advice that we're going to dig into today and talk more about it. For those of you who are new, Tandem Radio is here every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till noon. And again, the topic is the good news on business. I'm your host, Glenn DeLakian. My background is business. I've been involved in business for many years. My family reminds me that I started when I was 7 years old, running carnivals in the backyard, selling my toys to the neighborhood kids, I guess, so I can get more toys back. And been involved in many businesses since then, business startups, sales of business, mergers, a lot of business consulting in general. And of course, I'm a student of Jesus Christ, and I follow to the best of my ability what the Bible teaches us. And again, I'm just a sinner saved by grace. We all make mistakes and we all face challenges, and maybe that's a big part of the topic we're going to talk about today with our guest. But no one's perfect and we all make mistakes. But the whole point is you need to get back up, dust yourself off, and get back on track. And that's what our Lord does for us every day. Our guest today is a good friend of mine, Larry Shapiro. We've done a lot of business together. We've been involved in a number of different things. Larry's an attorney with the firm of Ansell, Grimm, and Aaron, which is a fairly large firm here in the area, and they're a very diversified group. And I asked Larry to come in today because of two reasons. Number one, he happens to be a great attorney, but number two, we've shared a lot of experiences together. And I know those experiences have been primarily in the business world, and I know some of those experiences would help a lot of our listeners. So that's why we're here today. So Larry, I want to welcome you today and thank you for coming out.
Thanks so much for having me, Glenn. Excited to be here.
Good, good. Larry, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll dig into some of the topics we're ready to talk about today.
Sure. I'm a lifelong Monmouth County resident. I graduated from Penn State University undergraduate with a BS degree in business and emphasis on English, and then I went to the Dickinson School of Law in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, where I graduated. I then clerked for a Superior Court judge, which is the Trial Division Court in New Jersey, for those of you that don't know. Actually in the Criminal Division, Judge Ira Kreisman. And then I commenced work at the firm I'm at, Ansell, Grimm and Aaron. I've been there since 1996. I've been a partner since, I think, 2003. I'm in the commercial litigation and municipal department. The firm, as you said, is about 30 or so attorneys. We have offices, the main office is in Ocean Township in Monmouth County. We have an office in Newark and an office in Clifton. As you said, we're diversified. We do just about everything, and if we don't know what we're doing, we find you somebody that does. But we handle everything from matrimonial and criminal to business litigation, municipal law, things like that.
Right.
And I'm a partner, as I said, in the commercial litigation municipal department, and handle those types of matters, which I'm sure we'll get into today.
Great. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
And so let's get into it. I mean, right away we want to talk about, obviously, how the law relates to the scriptures and so forth. But before we go there, what motivated you, Larry, to get into law? What was your deciding factor? Obviously, you're undergraduate. I don't know if you were thinking law at that time, but you later on went into it. So,
well, you said you were selling toys when you were 7 years old. I was always arguing, so I always argued. Always liked to argue. Very curious in terms of education and positions and things that are out there. So it just kind of led me to the law. And I took the LSAT when I graduated college. Wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do, and I did well. And was fortunate enough to get into law school and then enjoyed it and been doing it ever since. So
that's great.
Maybe it was my calling.
There you go. and you do it well.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit, before we get into actual, the courts and the law and the legal system, tell us a little about the business side of what you do, the business aspects of being a lawyer.
Of being a lawyer. Well, it's like any business, Glenn. You need revenue, you have expenses. We have probably 75 staff people, and plus the attorneys. We have an office that we pay rent on. We have copiers and paper that we use and equipment. And we have to go out and market ourselves as well. It's not just doing a great job, which I think we all do. All my partners and associates do. We're all competent attorneys, more than competent in the areas we practice. And there's referrals through word of mouth, obviously. If a client is happy and satisfied with what you do, they tell their friends and neighbors and what have you about it. But you also have to let people know that you're there. Now, fortunately, my firm's been around for about 82, 83 years. So we're long-standing in the area, well-known, and it does a lot of marketing itself, but there is a business aspect to the practice of law like anything else that you try to be cognizant of. And it's interesting because the law is a profession as well, and we have to do what we have to do, and we can't sell ourselves out to to market or get the end result. There's rules that we have to abide by, ethical, court rules, and the like. So we do the best job we can for the client, and hopefully the rest takes care of itself.
Right. Well, good for you. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy working with your firm when I have the need, Larry, is that I know many times the old adage, a jack of all trades is expert at none. Many times I've come to you for advice on things, and you would say, well, this partner would help you with that, or that partner would be better to help you with that. And you don't take it all on yourself, where sometimes the sole practitioners will take it all on with one person. Of course, you can't know it all. But I find it intriguing that your firm is so diverse. You have all different types of people from all different types of walks of life that are attorneys there that handle so many different areas. So it's good to know that you have your choices out there. You can go to a firm where the actual firm, in your case, and much in my case, handles almost anything we need, and then you have your sole practitioners out there that they try to do everything on their own. I just happen to like your flavor, and you've always been upfront with me when it's something that's your area of expertise. One of the reasons why I had you on again today, Larry, is because your expertise is in business and business litigation and so forth. Is that your focus?
Yes, that's primarily my focus. Litigation, I do a lot of business litigation, chancery court, and law division. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit. Also, litigation that comes up from representing, for example, municipalities. I've been involved in eminent domain, both sides of the table, municipalities acquiring properties and property owners trying to either fight against that or maximize value they're receiving. So litigation is a wide array itself, which is one of the reasons I enjoy it, because one day you could be working on a partnership dispute or a doctor practice breakup, and the next day I could be fighting about value of a piece of property. So it's a wide range, but I do a lot of business litigation.